So while you're here in child's pose, if you prefer to not have any physical touch tonight, any assisting or adjusting or anything like that, if you could raise one of your hands and just leave it raised for about 10, 9, great. All right, we got you. Thank you. Child's pose. If you're following along with the 40 days, your law to step out of your comfort zone and your law for commit to growth, use possible intentions that you might set for your practice tonight. Both of those support the idea of vitality. Commit to growth. Step out of your comfort zone. And there, you can find more vitality. Give yourself permission to be here right now. If you're still thinking about the sun salutation little mini workshop we did at the beginning, let that go. If you're still thinking about anything from your day, let that go, please. Commit to being here, stepping out of your comfort zone, committing to growth in the right here, right now for your vitality. Take an inhale, come up to tabletop position. Take an exhale to downward facing dog. You've already been here today. Press your hands down and forward. We didn't workshop this pose. Do that a little bit next week. So listen to my voice, listen to my cues here. Check and see that your index fingers are pointing forward. Span the rest of your fingers out. Press your hands down and forward, and then slightly out, like you're opening a mason jar. Bend your knees. You can always keep pedaling the knees here if that feels good. And then take the hips up and back when you're finished pedaling or right now. Keep pressing your hands down and forward. Spread all your fingers out evenly. Yeah. And then your vision is about maybe in between the front third and the middle of your mat. Your ears are about in line with your biceps. All of these things are just recommendations. As your practice changes, you might need some different things. Or your body might need different things than what I'm saying. These are general alignment principles that will probably support your downward facing dog. Look in between your thumbs, take an inhale, bend your knees a lot. On the exhale, jump. Nobody cares what it looks like. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reach your hands to the sky. Inhale. Mountain pose on your exhale. Good. Run through those alignment concepts in your mountain pose. Feet hip width distance, big toes forward. Lift your kneecaps, yet unlock your knees. Nice, I saw that. Good job. Yeah, so if the knees are locked, no bueno. The knees are soft, yet the quadriceps are engaged. Yeah. Lift your low belly up and in, and then ribs come down and in. Good. Soften your shoulders away from your ears. Take the fronts of your shoulders, the fronts of your arm bones, the heads of your arm bones, just back slightly. Spread your fingers brightly. Nice. Soften your jaw. Committing to growth. Stepping out of your comfort zone. Bringing greater vitality into your life. Which one of those really stands out to you tonight? Set an intention right here. Good. I didn't even say drishti, and you guys all your eyes are on one spot. Super focused. Amazing. Keep that focus as you either listen, or say a prayer, or reconnect to your intention. Hands at heart. Breath in. Exhale out. Opportunity to fill up. Sun salutations begin. Inhale, reach your hands to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, breath in. Step back, high plank, lower to the belly, exhale. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. If you're faster, slower than me, faster, slower than the person beside you, that is A-okay. The longer that you hold this pose, especially if you're engaging fingertips, forearms, biceps, ribs, front of the body, back of the body, your legs, your feet, your toes, just continue to build heat and strengthen. We'll hold for about 3 to 5 breaths, and just know that you can modify that. Take an inhale, bend your knees, come up to your tippy toes, look in between your thumbs, exhale, jump. Halfway lift, inhale, nice. Forward fold, exhale. Reach your hands to the sky, breath in. Forward fold on the breath out. Take your time there. Inhale, halfway lift. Step back, high plank, or jump low plank, or all the way to the belly. Inhale, cobra or upward facing. Nice, Michelle. Exhale, downward facing. 3 breaths this time. Spread your fingers wide. Your feet are hip width distance. Yeah, press your hands down and forward. Spread your fingers evenly and wide. Good. Pull your low belly up and in, and press your ribs down and in. Take an inhale to tippy toes. Set your focus, bend your knees. Exhale, jump. Yeah, halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. You're looking good. Hands to sky. Breathe up, lift up, vitality, and forward fold. Last sun salutation A. Halfway lift, inhale. Chaturanga or to the belly on the exhale. That's low plank or to the belly. Cobra or upward facing. And downward facing. Diggity dog. Good job. 3 more breaths. We'll move into sun salutation B. Keeps the same elements as sun salutation A. Adds a chair and adds a warrior. Inhale, set your focus, bend your knees. Exhale, jump. Halfway lift, inhale, nice. Forward fold, exhale. Reach your hands to the sky. Sit back, chair pose. On the next round, we'll inhale right up into chair pose. Take your vision where it's comfortable on your neck. Cactus your arms a little. Let your tailbone drop down. Lift your belly up and in. Nice, Robert. Ribs down and in. Oh, you feel that? Good. Big breath in. Forward fold, breath out. Halfway lift, inhale. To the belly or low plank, exhale. Upward facing or cobra, breath in. Downward facing, breath out. Immediately step your right foot to your right thumb. Spin your back heel down, warrior 1. You guys have been practicing. Yeah, you guys have been practicing. Cactus your arms. Good. Yes. Yeah, nice. Stack your front knee right over your ankle and track the middle of your knee over the middle of your foot. Yeah, and then if you're ever having any sort of knee stuff and you need to back off, you just pull the knee back a little bit. You don't find that 90-degree angle. Big inhale, look up. Exhale, hands to mat, high plank to low, to upward cobra, to down. Immediately step your left foot forward. That's the bottom of the exhale. Inhale, warrior 1, reach up. Nice, really nice. Bend your elbows a little bit. Yeah. So the fronts of the arm bones, a lot of us are like this. That bending of the elbows a little bit just gives us permission to pull back, open up. Sink into your front knee. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, vinyasa. That's your high plank. That's your where we're pulling in the sun salutation. 3 breaths, downward facing dog. Press your hands down and forward. Lift your hips up and back. Keep a soft bend in your knees. focus, bend your knees, exhale, jump. Nice lift. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, right into chair. Exhale, fold. We're going to get faster now. Halfway lift, inhale. High to low plank, exhale. Upward facing or cobra, inhale. Downward facing, exhale. Right foot forward, inhale, warrior one. Reach up, look up. Exhale, high plank. You might need an extra breath there. It's great if you do. Low plank. Come up and down. Left foot forward, right heel down. It's one breath. The breath dances you up and then hands back to the mat. You can slow it down. You can speed it up. The reason it's fairly fast is because the idea is one breath, one movement. This part of the sequence is called awakening. This week is called vitality. One more breath in downward facing dog. One more round like that. You got it. Inhale, bend the knees, set the focus. You got it. Step or jump. Halfway inhale. Fold, exhale. Chair pose. Breath in. Fold, breath out. Halfway inhale. High to low plank, exhale. Actually, bend your knees a little bit more in that halfway lift. Inhale, cobra or upward facing, downward facing. Right foot immediately forward. The inhale takes the hands up. Look up, it's quick. Exhale, high plank. If you wobble, congratulations. You're working outside your comfort zone. Other side, warrior one. We're looking to wobble and shake. And then we're looking to give ourselves grace and keep going. Yeah, give yourself grace. That's it, Ashley. You got it. And keep going. That's it, Sarah. Nice. Down dog. Yes, down dog. Yeah, let's all do that. Big breath in. So good. You got 2 more breaths here. Inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, step or jump. Halfway inhale. Fold on the exhale. Chair pose, inhale. Nice lift. Forward fold, exhale. Good, Jennifer. Halfway lift, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Upward facing, inhale. Downward facing, exhale. Right leg lifts, inhale. This time it's different. Step it through. Yep. Come up, crescent lunge. Yeah. And then I saw y'all. You're looking around at your friends, helping each other out. Like, how is this different? Yep. Yep. Yeah. Nice. Open up warrior two. Good. So the book and some of the other sequences may not teach it like this. This is the safest for your low back. Inhale, reverse your warrior 3 breaths. So I teach crescent to warrior 2 because it lines your hips up more accurately. Not to trip you up. The front knee is going to want to track to the inside of the thigh. Keep, pressing it out, but just keeping it stacked. And then press down here, press down here. Good. Big breath in. Hands to mat on the breath out. You're doing great. You can always, too, if you find that you're needing to breathe in and out your mouth. Look, you guys are going. I'm not even telling you what to do. That's awesome. Left leg lifts, inhale. Step it through, exhale. You can skip that part if the breath gets really ragged. Crescent. You're on the ball. Yep, that's it, Michelle. Pull this hip forward. Yeah, is that okay? Pull this heel up. Is that okay on the bottom of your foot? All right. Warrior 2. If you fall, you get a free class. Oh, wait. Never mind. That was a trick. Big inhale. 1 more breath, exhale. Inhale, reverse 3 breaths. Well, they're donation days. It's not really free. All right. The knee police. No, don't apologize. Sorry, not sorry. You can't see it because you're looking up and back, right? And I can't. Big breath in. Nice, Diane. Exhale, hands come out. High plank. Low plank. You got it, girl. Upward facing. Downward facing. Okie dokie. Come in. Actually, stay here. We're going to do one more thing. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, step or float. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Almost the last chair, not quite. Inhale, chair. Maybe like 3 more. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Now you decide, either take a vinyasa or go to down dog. It's always your choice. It's always your adventure. Everybody's going there. So the vinyasa is the high to low, or you skip that, you go right to down dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up high. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, come up, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior 2. Yeah. Now, you're going to straighten your front leg for triangle pose. Most of you are going to need to bump your back foot to about the middle of your mat so that you don't pull your groin. So, triangle pose. Now, arms are parallel. That looks really, really good. Reach toward the front of the studio. Take your right hand to right below your right knee or right above your right knee unless you're practicing something different. And then reach the left hand up. Look up and see your left thumb. Yeah. Beautiful. Power teachers, they teach this earlier in the 40 days than in the Journey into Power. Yeah, now come back up to Warrior 2. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, high plank, low plank. You don't have to fix the footing there in that shorter Warrior 2. It's okay. It's just a transition. Nice mindfulness though, I saw that. Inhale, left leg lifts. Step it through, exhale. Rise up on the inhale. Nice, Greg. Warrior 2 on the exhale. It's when I say your name or come near you, right? Okay, now straighten the front leg. Feel the front inner groin. You might need to bump the back foot up a little bit. Yeah, now reach toward the front of the room. The hand can go right above or right below the knee. If your chest is dipping so that you can touch the floor, pull the hand away from the floor a little bit. Straighten through the front knee just a little bit more. Or should I like this? Okay, yeah, that's okay. Just don't lock it. Yeah, and then reach up, look up. Big breath in. Yeah, totally. Warrior 2, that's why if there's ever too much, just throw that back foot in. Inhale, reverse.
Oh, we missed it.
Yeah, exhale, flow. Good. I do that reverse to give you a little momentum. Just gives you a little momentum for your wrist. Inhale up. Exhale down. Big breath in. Ha. Okay, now come to your knees. Yeah. You get a break because I'm going to talk and show a little bit. Do you mind doing something? Oh, great. Okay. Robert's going to bring his mat here. He's going to get it this ways. If you ever work with me, you kind of have to be partly a mind reader because I'm like, do the mat this way. It's like whatever that means. Okay. We're going to show 4 layers of side plank. From low impact to high impact. 4 different layers. They're not good, they're not bad. You guys are sweating. Awesome. Yes. All right, so low impact will kind of look like a modified gait. And then you just keep taking it up like what you would teach if you were teaching different layers. So low impact is going to take impact off the wrist, the shoulder, and probably also the hip and the low back. The higher impact you take it, the more you're kind of floating in side plank. You want to show them up like a, not a full variation, but like feet stacked. Yeah. Yep, and then stack the feet. So this is like he's in like a mid-range, and then you can lift the hand up. Yep. This is like a mid-range. You can go from here, you can do tree here, you can lift a leg, you can reach back for the foot. This, though, is pretty dang hard. Yeah, that adjustment you just made was great. He's lifting up the hips. That's really good. A lot of impact on the wrist and the shoulder. You guys see, ooh, look at you. We taught this in training. His shoulder's back from the wrist a little bit. This is one pose where you're not actually fully stacking. It just takes a little weight off the wrist. So we're going to call this a level 4. Now try, maybe a level 3. Oh, no, take it down. This is the max. Yeah, so maybe like drop that bottom leg. Yeah. And then maybe lift a leg. Nice. And then a level 1, we might even come down on a forearm if the wrist or, yeah. None of these are easy.
No.
No.
It's still like, this one feels harder actually.
Yeah. That would be a good one for you then to work on like forearm stand and stuff. So they're not easier, they're just different. We're just moving weight around. Like I had this real hang up about looking like a weenie. I mean, I still do, I'm still working on it. And like I hurt myself. So if you're in that camp with me, if you're in the weenie camp, I don't want to look like a weenie. Let it go. Trust me, let it go. All right, so down dog. Thank you, Robert. We'll give him a little applause. Thank you. Bring your big toes into touch. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, roll your body to the right. As you start to roll your body to the right, you're going to see where you need to go. So now maybe drop that bottom leg as a support. Maybe come down to the forearm. If you're looking around for inspiration. You're not comparing yourself. You're here for 3, 2, and 1. Good. Come back to hero's pose real quick. Give the person beside you a high five. Give the person beside you a high five. Yeah. Nice. Okay. Terry just gave some really good advice. Eyes on one spot. I didn't say that. All the time throughout the sequence, anytime, especially when you're holding a pose, that's your drishti. Find a spot for your eyes to land. Okay, how did that feel? Did that feel invigorating?
It does.
Okay. About what? How did it feel? Comical. Yeah, it was comical, maybe challenging. Anybody feel like some frustration? Yeah, all totally normal. Yeah, other side. So down dog. This one, big toes come into touch. So that if you want to practice stacking the feet, you're ready. Roll. Yes, girl, so nice. Yeah, if you're in the stacked feet version, spread the toes, press the feet in together, lift up the hips, and look up. Yes, nice. Nice. You're here for 3. Looking good. Last 2. Last one. And to child's pose. This is not in any sequence you're going to find online. I'm just doing it. You're here for 3 breaths. So normally we keep the energy going. I want to give you an opportunity if you need to here to just rest the wrist because you got a little bit more effort. How we doing? All right. Down dog. Lift your right leg up to the sky. Step it through for crescent. Take an inhale, come up. Yeah. Nice. Bring your hands to your heart. I'm going to teach you a little different variation. And then let the fingertips stay touching, but open up the palms. So we'll take a full crescent twist instead of the chair. Take your left elbow, stack it about above your left knee. Then look back over your right shoulder. You're here for 3, 2, 1. Come back to center. Inhale, reach your hands up. Either take the vinyasa by stepping back or step the back foot forward. Come back into crescent. Fingertips at center. Find the twist. 2 breaths in the twist. So your choice. You're either going through that vinyasa, lifting up the left leg, coming up crescent, fingertips to heart, take the twist, or you're stepping 1 foot forward. Good. Breath in wherever you are. High plank. Low plank. This is your last vinyasa. Upward facing. Downward facing. Nice. Big breath in. Drop to your shins. Grab one of your blocks. Take it in between your upper inner thighs. Take the other block this direction. Ankle and an ankle. If you need to roll up your mat for space under your knees, if you need to take a rug under your knees.
If you need one of those, you could raise your hand. I could bring you something.
Yep. We're going to only be here for 6 breaths. Press your hands into your back pockets, your imaginary back pockets. Remember that recommendation I gave you in mountain pose? Pull the heads of the arm bones back, soften the shoulders out of the ears. Press your hands forward and slightly down. Hips stay in one line, stacked over the knees. Big breath in. Start to take your vision to where the curtain and the ceiling meet. Yeah, big breath in. Maybe take the vision up a little higher, let the neck open. Good, take another breath in. Maybe a little higher. Don't do it because it's being offered. You're here for 3 more breaths. Find a place that's uncomfortable and safe. Take 2 more breaths. Uncomfortable and safe. Take 1 more breath. Big inhale. Nice. Yeah, drop your butt to your heels. Remove your blocks. Inhale. Open mouth, tongue out. Yeah, step out of your comfort zone. Maybe that you're like, oh, my parents would have been like, oh, you don't do that in public. 1 more time, maybe. Breath in. All these rules. Come onto your back. Bridge pose. It's only 5 breaths. Bridge pose. 5 breaths with or without the blocks. If wheel's in your practice, you're welcome to take it. You might be up for a while if you do. Last 3, 2, 1. If you want to go longer, you're welcome to. Otherwise, tailbone to the ground, feet as wide as the mat, knock the knees into center. I like that use of the blocks, Sarah. Nice, nice, nice. Breath in, breath out. Good. Hug your knees into your chest. Inhale. As you exhale, rock and roll back and forth, north to south on your mat. So long ways on your mat. You're going to come into boat pose. Yeah, boat pose. Yep. You've got 2 blocks, so it's going to be your choice tonight. You can practice the boat lifts if you've been practicing those, or you can stay right here in boat and hold, or you're going to go high to low boat, or the boat lifts with me for 12, 11, either high to low, boat lifts or hold, 10, 9, breath is strong, in and out the nose, 8, 7, nice, 6, soften your jaw, 5, 4, 3, yeah, 2, nice, 1, woo, to your back, to your back, to your back, big breath in, ha, yeah, tricked you. Knees into your chest. Not really, though. Rock and roll up to seated. Not really. We're not going back into those. Spread your legs wide. I just didn't want you to get too comfortable there. Has anybody done Bikram before? You do like 30 mini Shavasanas, and each time, especially the first or second time you've done it, you keep thinking it's the Shavasana, but it's not. All right, if your heels are tender, you can always go sideways. Feet pretty wide, though, like you might get into your neighbor's space. This is going to be a wide leg fold. Yeah. Space in the ribs. So vitality in the body is finding space. Last week we talked about the spine. This week I'm talking a little bit more about the ribs and the core. Set up really tall. Look at your toes. Your toes are going to be mostly pointing up. For most people, toes pointing up, feet engaged are going to make the legs turn on. This might be enough for you. Yeah, if you want to come forward with the hands a little, do it. But if you feel a lot in the hamstrings and the inner groin, you're going to stay right here. Yeah. Yes, sir. In fact, Terry's going to show you something amazing. Okay, I'm going to have to try this too. Just so you can start. Yep. Yep. And it holds it. Does that feel okay? Yeah. Looking good. Looking good. Breath in. Breath out. Nice. Breath in. Breath out. taking breaths in, breaths out. Vitality in the breath. Committing to growth each breath that you stay. Not just physical, but also staying here mentally and emotionally as part of the practice. Come back up to seated. And then they don't teach these in the week too, so if you're doing the 40 days and you want to keep it about the 30 minutes, you might not be able to do these, but we're going to do them just because I think your IT band might need it. So bring the knees, or the legs back straight. Just like we did last week, right ankle, and if you weren't here last week, I keep referencing, I hope I'm making sense. Right ankle stacks above the left knee. This is level 1, or layer 1, layer 2. Layer 3, you can look around if you're like, I can't see you. What are all these layers? Layer 4. Layer 5 would be to come onto your back. Layer 6 would be to take your heel behind your head. Which you may not genetically be designed to do. And that's cool. It's not about getting somewhere, it's about being with the process. Yeah, if you're here and you want to rock the baby a little bit and he'll come in. Yeah, I see Emma rocking your baby back there. Okay, switch sides. Hey, Greg, I see you too. You got a good rock working back there. All right, other side. Sometimes you can do something on one side you can't do on the other. That's normal. Yeah. Nice, Letitia. Rock that baby. Now, this is also a great time. I spent a lot of years not talking very nice to my body, like, oh, this part's too fat or whatever. And now I like to actually, when I'm working on this part of the body, I like to actually tell it like, I love you. Thank you, leg, for getting me around. You're amazing and beautiful and awesome. Nice. Come on to your back. We'll hit some lights and take happy baby pose. Bring your knees into your chest. Drop them over to the right, arms out like a T for a supine twist. Look out to the left. If you accidentally touch your neighbor, it's good luck for 27 million years. That's enough lifetimes to work out probably everything that you need to work out in your karma. Probably, right? 27 million? Probably so. Hopefully. Back to center. Other side. So even here, while the physical practice is slowed, you're still committing to growth. The slow part of the class might be out of your comfort zone. Focus on your inhale and exhale, and keep yourself here mentally. You're here physically resting, be here mentally. Back to center and Shavasana. If you're listening to this recording this weekend or later on in the week, encourage you to take a 5-minute Shavasana. Have some goodies around you if you're practicing at home, like a blanket or a pillow. If you want a goodie tonight and you don't have it, you can raise a hand and we'll get it for you. Try really hard to commit to this part of the class. So even though the audio will stop here for a moment, if you're listening later on, just give yourself at least a couple more minutes.